Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Folayyy here, and before I start off the video, I just want to give a clear warning that there are pretty major spoilers in this video. This is just going to be an update video on me, so if you do not want spoilers for the upcoming videos in the future, I would suggest clicking off. Those dates are still undetermined for me. I'm hoping I can get one out by the end of the year, hopefully sooner, but we'll see how everything goes. But yeah, that's just one thing I wanted to state before I get started with everything. This is mainly just going to be an update slash spreadsheet video. I don't think I have shown my spreadsheet yet, and I haven't really watched any other people's spreadsheet videos, so this is kind of like what I've made on my own. It's mainly just a glorified calculator. Yeah, before we dive into it, I just want to say I appreciate each and every one of you guys for stopping by and watching the videos and everything, and I hope to be able to bring you more consistent content within the coming months. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with it. I just want to preface before we get into the spreadsheet, since we are in spoiler territory, I am now at 1,618 kills at the Royal Titans. I do them all solo, so it does take me like anywhere from 5 to 8 minutes to get a kill. So it really does take a lot of time to get all these kills. But as you can see, I still do not have the pet, and I have every other unique, which should go without saying. But there it is. There is my Royal Titans update on you, and I'll just give you a little stat update. We got a lot of juicy looking stats. We're almost at 1600 total level, but let's just go ahead and move on to the spreadsheet, and I can get to explaining everything and showing you guys what's up. Okay, so here's the spreadsheet. It is mainly calculating my progress towards 99 smithing, because that is the overarching goal of this chunk. Everything kind of connects to smithing in its own little unique way, besides maybe like one or two things. Everything is pointing at smithing, so this is pretty much the whole spreadsheet. I got a couple pages here, and they kind of all intertwine with each other and put numbers into each other for me to make things kind of calculate easier. But this is the first page that I got. This is just the, total like calculations of what I have in the bank and what XP is going towards it and the percentage complete. As you can see, right now I have 52.69% complete of smithing, and that is like in between the current XP I have, the banked XP that I have, and the buyable XP that I have, which I will get into later. But yeah, that's what that number is stating. We have the iron XP chart right here, which just calculates how much 100% iron ore that I have and how much 50/50 iron ore I have, divides those up neatly, gets the numbers for them, and then plugs them in to the calculator. And then we have furnace and anvil XP, which puts in all my steel, gold, mithril, adamant, and rune items. This calculates the XP that I would get from smelting it and smithing it. And then if I only have bars, that is what this anvil XP chart is for. As you can see, I just have a lot of iron pretty much that I've been just making on the side while AFK at the moment. This world hop thing is just there from when I first made the spreadsheet. It was back when I was world hopping for iron bars over at the Sunset Coast, but it's pretty irrelevant now. I just kind of keep it there to remind me how many times I world hopped. And then here at the bottom it calculates the amount of mining XP that I have and compares it to how much 50/50 iron ore that I need to get this 52.69% to 100%. So at the moment, I need to mine 299 mining and get 80,295 iron ore post 99 mining. And it, every day I update it. That post 99 mining kind of goes down a little bit, and I have that all the way calculated down to 90 just because I could. There's really no reason why I have it going all the way down to 90 mining, but maybe it'll come in use one day. Oh, I did not go over the coal, so I do have a coal deficit and surplus calculator right here. So I just plug in my current coal. Actually, I have a surplus right now, so what I can do is I just put all my surplus on steel. And so let's say I put in 0 steel, it puts all my steel and it calculates it, so it's at 2,418. So I can just put that in on the chart, and now I have a 0 deficit surplus of coal, and it all gets calculated in XP, and it's pretty good. I also have one for nature runes and rings of forging. Rings of forging are null now because I've used up all like 27 of the ones that I had. So it's really just calculating nature runes now for the amount of 100% iron ore that I have. But that is it for this first page. Now we can go on to money and toggle section. This is calculating all the high alkables and stuff that I can turn into toggle. So pretty much I've taken up all the stuff in the bank that I am going to be high alking in the future, and I have plugged it into this chart so it gives me the quantity of, let's say, water battle staffs, the high alk value, and it takes those two numbers, multiplies them, and it can give me my GP amount. Do that for all the things that I'm going to high alk, and it gives me the total right here, plus the amount of raw GP that I do currently have, which is 2 mil. This also does calculate how many nature runes I will end up using. It actually deducts it from the 100% superheat that I would have with the nature runes. So right now it says I have 4,184 nature runes, but it only says I have 2,147 superheat iron that I can do, and that's because it is taking it away from the nature runes that I'm going to be using here for high alk. Right here is just all the extra obsidian items that I have that I'm going to be selling for toggle, which I will get into in a second. But that's just totaling up to 399,000. It's pretty much the same thing as the high alk table. It's just for toggle and my obsidian items. Okay, and so moving on to the chaos and death runes section, we're going to be taking all the GP that I have, and I'm going to be converting it over to chaos runes. And it will become apparent in a second why. But right now I have 43,450 chaos runes that I've gotten just passively and throughout the Royal Titans grind. I can purchase chaos rune packs in the Port Sarah Magic Shop, and each pack on average is going to cost me about 10,000 GP. So with the 38 mil that I have a purchase power of 3,800 packs, which equals to like 400,000 chaos runes, whatever. The total chaos runes that I have at the moment, if I used up all my money, would be 423,000. And then I have about 9,000 death runes as well. So if we take those two numbers and, you know, convert them into toggle and everything, add up all the toggle, I have 4.3 million toggle at my disposal in theory, once I, you know, do all the work to get it all and everything. And so we can take that toggle number and we can start plugging it into buying iron ore from the mining shop in Tazar. So each one is going to cost 27.4 on average, maybe slightly more, maybe slightly less, depending on like how the world hopping situation and the refresh is going and everything. But that's just a pretty good number that I've seen, well, that I've calculated on my own research. So it's going to cost that much per iron ore. So if we take that 4.3 million, we divide it by the 27.4, I'd be able to buy 159,563 iron ore. And that is getting pulled into this buyable iron ore XP, which is about 3 million smithing XP. So that's actually saving me a lot of mining. So if we just do a quick calculation real quick on how much mining XP that 159,000 buyable iron ore that I'm gonna be able to get right now, it equals out to almost 5.6 mil mining XP, and that number is just gonna keep on growing as I do more Royal Titans, because I'm going to get more money, I'm going to get more chaos runes, I'm going to get more death runes. The things are just gonna keep snowball affecting to where like the amount of mining XP that I'm saving myself from having to get by doing this is so substantial. And you can see right here 2.9 million smithing XP right below it. There's only the only problem with it is that there's 15 iron per world in the shops. So I am going to have to world hop to acquire said iron ore, which I'm pretty sure y'all could have guessed that by now. But that is something I'm going to have to do, and I just have a little calculator that kind of tells me how many world hops I'm going to have to do. Right now it's at 10,638, which is, you know, about a third of what I've already done for the iron bar spawn. So I'm not too like, I don't feel too bad about it. It's going to be like a run back and forth from the bank, but I really don't feel too bad about it. Of course, that number is going to increase and could be upwards of 20 to 30,000 depending on, you know, how the situation goes. Yeah, this is chaos runes per world, so I can buy 26 packs per world, and I'm only going to need to do 146 world hops to get all the chaos runes. So like the chaos rune world hop, like to get the chaos runes to sell for toggle is not going to be a big deal at all. It's going to actually be pretty fast to get it all. I'm trading getting mining experience for world hopping, and no, this is actually going to be faster than actually just mining it all. So I'm willing to take the sacrifice, and I actually think it's going to be kind of chill. I think I'll be able to fletch along the way as well. So get some passive XP while I'm running back and forth to get that 95 fletching goal out of the way, which I'm only at 89. But yeah, that's pretty much all of this page. It's just calculating all the money and converting it all into GP and then into Chaos Runes and then into Toggle and then into Iron Ore and then into Smithing XP. So, and then it drags numbers from these all the way to this page, which is exactly what the XP table does. It doesn't really do it too much, but the only thing that the XP table drags into the 99 smithing tab is the mining and smithing. That's just like my current smithing and mining XP is, so it can do the calculations, everything. But really, this just shows me like how much XP I need and what skills to complete chunk tasks. So as you can see, I'm pretty much done with all of the skilling task. Besides magic, I need 1.5 million XP left, and a lot of that's going to be done through superheating and through high alkane. So I really don't have to worry about magic. That's going to be done eventually. Thieving and fletching, they are passive. I do thieving and fletching while I mine, so those are connected with mining and smithing, and then everything else is just mining and smithing. So as you can see, like all my skill tasks kind of just like clump together into like one thing because it's all related to mining and smithing. Like it's all going to be done at the same time essentially. It kind of just tells me like what % of the way I am done to getting all the XP that I need. I mean, I need 26.8 mil XP left of like actual XP that I need in skills that I need. And I'm about 76% done with that, with the majority of it being smithing. And that mining number is going to go down as well because of everything that I've stated before with me saving myself mining XP through the purchase of iron ore through Taco and all that. So that number is actually kind of fake. And I'm probably going to end up needing a lot less mining XP than that. I do have one page of like reported mining bots, but I haven't been mining in quite a while. So this has kind of just been empty, but it kind of just shows like the mining bot that I found, their mining XP. And then I did calculations for how much rune ore they mined and the GP value on that. And I've been keeping tabs on them to see if they got banned and everything. And this is kind of what it's looking like. Haven't updated it in a while, so it's probably out of date, but it's still there. And then this is the most recent page that I've added. It's a Roll Titans average loot calculator. So I took my loot tab and I plugged it in here of the relevant items that I'm getting from Roll Titans, and I've gotten an average amount of what item I'm getting per kill. So, and then I take that average and I multiply it out by the rest of the way to 3,000 kill count, which is the drop rate of the Royal Titans pet. And it can, so on this right side, that is what it is spitting out, like the amount of what item I'm going to get on average whenever I get to that kill count of 3,000. So it kind of just gives me an idea of what I'm going to have by the end of this grind. Of course, it's not 100% accurate because it's just all averages. It could be way off, or I could get way less than this. I could get way more. It really just depends on what I get as the drops. But yeah, this is I made this because I wanted to see what the end of Royal Titans was going to look like for me if I did go to 3,000 kill count. And that brings me to this next section that I'm going to show you. And that is that I made a copy of this spreadsheet, and I took everything from the averages, so all the water battle stats and everything that you see listed here, and I plugged them into the spreadsheet, and I just wanted to see exactly where I was post Royal Titans getting pet at exactly 3,000 kill count. And so what it's showing me is that instead of me being so what it's showing is right now I have 52.73% done. If I just keep on doing Royal Titans, get pet at 3,000 kill count without mining anything or doing anything else, I'll go from 52.73% to 75.68%. and it gives me the opportunity to buy 283,000 iron ore, with the caveat of close to 19,000 world hops for the iron ore. But what it also does is um, it negates me from getting 99 mining. It negates me from getting 98, 97, and I will be going just past 96 mining. I'll have to get 12,893 iron ore post 96 mining to bank 99 smithing at 3,000 kill count, and that's not including anything else like maybe extra tackle that I get from finishing out the obsidian plate leg collection log that I need, or the tackle that I'm going to get from going for Jad Pet. So there's still quite a bit of things that I haven't even calculated into this. This is just purely Royal Titans stuff that I've been calculating on this copy speculative spreadsheet. So from what it looks like, I'm gonna be probably going to about 96 mining, maybe a little bit below 96 mining, depending on how everything works out. Which is actually pretty great to me, because when I first started this chunk, I was under the assumption that I was probably gonna have to go anywhere from 25 to 28 million mining XP to get this done. So it's pretty nice seeing that. It's just kind of heartbreaking that I have to go through all the hundreds of thousands of 50/50 iron ore. It's like I've been doing it for like 4 or 5 days now, and it's so depressing just seeing iron ore disappear into thin air. But you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. But yeah, that's just kind of my spreadsheet and my speculative spreadsheet as well, I guess. This has been completely unscripted. I've just been rambling. I hope you guys like it. But yeah, I really just wanted to give you guys an update, show you guys the spreadsheet, because I know I haven't showed you it before, and I know you guys kind of wanted to see it. I've heard like other people's spreadsheets have like a day-to-day like kind of like calculation thing of like showing their progress day by day, and like honestly I did do that for a while, but it's kind of demotivating, especially when you have like days that like you can't be on for long, or not even at all or anything, or you're just doing something that really has something to do with your chunk, but it doesn't pertain to the spreadsheet, so like it looks bad on you. It's kind of demotivating, so I don't like to look at day by day things, and I just kind of like to look at the overall picture of it all. And that's just kind of how I like it. But I really do appreciate you guys for stopping by, hanging out, watching the videos and everything. I do hope to see you soon, and I do hope you guys enjoyed the update. My name is Folayyy. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next time. Peace out.